With $5 billion wired and a private table set for strangers, you choose the kitchens nobody photographs. A yacht provisioning manifest reaches your hand, and the same dinner has 6 middlemen before the captain. You pin family office preference sheets beside chef names, captains, estate managers, and quiet household gates. The caviar key turns in your palm as you commit $900 million to the first sweep. Smoked salmon comes first, from a specialty importer whose chef address books smell of cold smoke. Your cold chain chief hands you a temperature logger. Then you buy the hotel routes before dawn. Marina pass clipped to his jacket, the Monaco operator walks you past captains who already trust his calls. You take the sturgeon roe tin from a regulated farm and claim the lot numbers yourself. A Caspian-trained grater taps a mother-of-pearl spoon against your tin and sets the house standard. You leave the 5-star hotel trophies to the rival, while your vans work the back doors. Across Alba, Perigord, Istria, and Spain, your truffle dog sniffs beside brokers who know the real dirt. The caviar tin chills under white light. Beside the airport cold room, your team wraps truffles for London, Paris, Geneva, Monaco, and Dubai. An A5 Wagyu certificate lands in your hand with Japanese relationships and domestic full-blood supply attached. Salt air hangs in the dry aging room as your butcher marks ribeyes for private estate chefs. Your seafood buyer opens the live lobster tank, and yacht chefs start calling before the shells stop clicking. Otoro block on the board, a tuna buyer from the Japanese auction trade joins your side. Chef whites line the agency rail after you buy placements into estates, yachts, and family offices. The NDA clipboard gets heavier when your academy tests menus, backgrounds, and yacht galley manners. Customs broker by customs broker. The Monaco ally trades phone favors for cleaner lanes. Super yacht galley crews in Monaco, Antibes, Palma, and Fort Lauderdale start receiving your crates. An FBO catering truck rolls under private jet stairs with trays built for altitude and delay. The rival courts aviation caterers and hotel buyers with banquet contracts you cannot match. The yacht galley is empty before boarding. A silver cloche lifts at an Art Week dinner, and your event caterer owns the hush. Grand Cru label under the cellar lamp, you buy Burgundy and Bordeaux allocation relationships. Your cellar director adjusts the humidity gauge while collectors move bottles between homes through your people. Under a UV bottle lamp, your authentication team catches the false label before dinner service. Vintage chartreuse enters the room through your rare spirits broker after the last plate clears. Tasting spoon in hand, a Michelin-adjacent chef gives your restaurant group public heat. Private room doors open for the Monaco ally, now paired with restaurant teams who know collectors by voice. A chef jacket crosses your table when the chef director accepts control of taste across the empire. Above the restaurants, you build private dining rooms with separate lifts and remembered glassware. Handmade pasta fills the Wealth District grocer case, and estate chefs stop shopping elsewhere. The rival waves bigger advances at cheese suppliers, while your buyers keep the household orders. Behind the hidden room, client glassware waits in silence. Pastry crates leave your atelier for hotels, private clubs, and couture events. Ceremonial matcha joins the coffee roaster, giving your households breakfast as well as midnight caviar. Your engineers seal the encrypted client preference system across estates, yachts, jets, and restaurants. Palace kitchen doors open in the Gulf, while Asian family offices add your provisioners to their calls. A glucose monitor blinks on a founder's wrist as your longevity meal company takes the morning after menu. Race car birthday cake under guard, the table office accepts the impossible request. In a bonded wine warehouse, purchasing chiefs merge orders while each old local name stays on the invoice. The Monaco Grand Prix Yacht and Paddock Catering Network signs with the rival, and you swallow the loss. Art Basel becomes your next calendar, with private dinners stacked behind closed gallery doors. Cannes Film Festival dinners move into rented villas after you place chef crews behind hedges and send stewards through side gates with silver cloches. Your Monaco yacht desk takes the yacht show from Marina Pass to galley shelf, with captains calling before owners finish breakfast. The yacht deck waits under Riviera light. Beyond Monaco, Antibes Marina deliveries become your quiet route into boats that refuse the main harbor circus. Dubai opens when your palace supply team rolls chilled crates through service entrances beside hotel security and white marble. Halal Wagyu earns its own butcher, its own knives, and your name on the Gulf client's kitchen call sheet. Abu Dhabi FBO crews lift your jet catering tray into the cabin. Local partners carry your winter season events through Riyadh, while your chef whites stay unmarked behind the service wall. Family office hospitality in Doha starts with one dining room and a driver who knows the back gate. You take Geneva wine cellars one key holder at a time. Gstaad Chalet provisioning runs through snow chains, insulated boxes, and cooks who want the same cut each week. St. Moritz Chalet provisioning gets your discreet teams, plain vans, and no chatter at the service lift. Davos week dinners fill hidden rooms while your captains move wine, caviar, and chefs between black cars. Your Monaco ally gets import documents clipped to each customs broker call, and you make him read each line aloud. Snow gathers around the chalet service door. Singapore opens through collectors, hotel chefs, and private clubs, with your wine director pouring quietly before the first banquet. Hong Kong collectors hand cellar services to your team after one clean transfer from bonded storage. Rare seafood reaches a private members club before lunch. Japanese fruit travels in padded cases for Asian banquets. A trusted crew serves the Chinese banquet behind screens, while your floor manager counts each course at the kitchen pass. New York estate chefs begin ordering from you before dawn. Miami Art Week dinners fall to your event teams, with gallery doors closing as the first plates cross the marble. Palm Beach compounds take weekly groceries from your vans. Aspen homes accept wellness chefs with knives wrapped beside glucose notes and ski boots by the mudroom. Los Angeles jet caterers slide reheating trays into insulated carriers before your driver crosses the FBO gate. From Cannes to Basel to private islands, your crews build the calendar the rival cannot own. A catering truck idles beside the runway. The restaurant group keeps 3 Michelin stars, and you shake the chef's hand beside a silent pass. Auction week guests drink from a legendary cellar after your winehead opens bottles under armed storage. A household kitchen changes locks before your placed chef walks in with knives and signed rules. Empty wicker truffle baskets line Alba after the bad weather. The rival broker takes hunters at the Alba market scale, and your buyer comes back with mud on his shoes. You ration the first white truffle, shaving less for new accounts and more for chefs who stood firm. Origin notes leave with each truffle box as your buyer names the hill, dog, and morning pull. Under UV light, your cellar authentication specialist turns a counterfeit Grand Cru bottle while you shut the tasting room. Collector consignments freeze in bonded storage. Bottle by bottle, your cellar team rebuilds chain of custody files with photographs, cork checks, and named handlers. You destroy the seafood pallet and caviar tins after the tarmac failure, with airport staff sealing the bins under your order. Broken cold chain loggers blink in the silent cold room. The compromised caviar and seafood pallet costs you a yacht dinner, and the captain stops answering your provisioner's calls. You confront the Monaco ally over the missing shipment trail in the airport cold room, with the empty crate between you. Your compliance head takes each shipment lane, health certificates in hand, before another driver touches the loading bay. You fire the chef after a phone photo of the dining room reaches a family office. Harsher, ND. As meet each household placement, carried by the agency director while you stand beside the trial stove. You expand background checks before trial dinners, then send only cleared chefs through estate gates. Sealed tins leave inspection only after you quarantine the lot.
You suspend the risky lane at the airport inspection room door. With your compliance head beside you, you rebuild the site's certificate pack around species codes, fishery rules, named handlers, and customs stamps. You stack seafood crates before clients and tell them the rarest request still stops at the law. The Monaco operator grumbles as you fill an encrypted preference tablet. The Monaco phone stays untouched beside the glowing tablet. The Monaco operator's captain relationships move from memory into searchable records while you attach each yacht to a captain file and a customs lane. Beside the super yacht galley, your director stamps delivery manifests while you make the steward accept each crate by name.
A cellar specialist brings provenance files to the cork tray, and you refuse rare bottles until handlers can name each warehouse and courier. Chef candidates practice silent plating while you stand with the security team behind a guarded dining room door. You walk a kosher Passover kitchen with the agency director, then mark halal wagyu, allergies, tea, and cellar temperatures as household law. You book beach house dinners on St. Barth's. Gulf Palace managers hand you winter dates while halal suppliers wait beside locked service lifts after midnight. Before dawn, you stand in the cold room as truffle boxes, caviar tins, seafood trays, wine cases, pastry crates, and jet meals roll through one command center. Palace butlers open your sturgeon roe tin. Your Geneva cellar team routes chalet provisions through wine cellars. Locked Davos service doors swing open when your team carries caviar tins past the coat room. Your Gstaad chalet crew unloads plain crates under the kitchen awning. St. Moritz chalet cooks receive your stock before the road closes under snow. You open Singapore desks for family office banquets. Hong Kong collectors meet you over rare seafood tanks, picking sea urchin and turbot for private banquets. Live lobsters drift under blue tank light. Behind a private members club door, your chef serves the hidden banquet menu while you stand beside the host and keep phones outside. Your buyer sends Japanese fruit through the chilled lane into Asian hotels. Your New York dispatcher hands van keys to weekly household chefs outside townhouse service doors before sunrise. Miami cooks plate Art Week dinners while you pull guest flow from public rooms into service corridors by radio. Palm Beach housekeepers unload your prepared foods by cooler. Aspen principals accept wellness chefs after you test recovery menus beside the stove with the nutrition lead. Los Angeles FBO crews wave in your jet catering trucks. Your chef director backs the brigade through inspection, and 3 Michelin stars remain inside the group. Auction week guests drink from the legendary cellar while you place the oldest bottles beside the head sommelier's white gloves. Burgundy rests behind glass. Monaco yacht show captains call your provisioning desk while you stay off the deck and move late langoustines through the marina gate. A head chef crosses the service entrance with you, then disappears behind the famous household's kitchen door for dinner. Hotel butlers ask for your caviar tin by sight, and the minibar trays come back empty. Your marina fixer walks you down the quay, reopening captain doors one handshake at a time under dock lights. The customs broker joins his phone calls, and you make the Monaco operator repeat each written step before the refrigerated truck leaves. Temperature loggers ride beside his promises, and you break the seal only when the cold chain trace holds. You concede the Monaco Grand Prix crown to the rival, and pull your crews from the paddock chase. Your Cannes crews move film festival dinners into villas, with black cars waiting beyond the rival paddock's reach. Art Basel museum guards wave your catering team through side entrances past silent galleries. Frieze collectors follow you into private rooms above the restaurant after the public dining room empties and shutters fall. A silver cloche waits on the linen sideboard. Couture Week clients bite into your pastry atelier's sugarwork, while cameras stay outside the salon doors under awnings. Charity auction sommeliers pour your collector wine pairings beside the gavel table as bidders lower paddles in tuxedos. Yacht shows get menus rebuilt around live langoustines, and you time the galley fires to the harbor arrivals. Watch-fair hosts move your hospitality trays behind salon doors, where collectors lift champagne between closed vitrines. Doha hosts receive your Winter Palace dinner plan with halal wagyu, cardamom desserts, and caviar service cleared before sunset. Abu Dhabi kitchen chiefs hand you halal certificates. Then your buyers widen the approved cold room racks. Riyadh family office stewards drill palace protocol with you beside a service corridor. Dubai puts your aviation meals beside luxury hotels, with FBO trucks feeding sweets before the convoy leaves. Ceremonial matcha steams above a silent cup. Before a caviar tin moves, you demand the site certificate from the courier. Fishery regulations lie open while you hire a compliance head from the tuna docks. Your customs chief audits health certificates at the airport gate before any chilled case leaves the holding bay. After the tarmac failure, you order the seafood pallet destroyed under the captain's stare. A replacement galley crew boards the super yacht, and your service team rebuilds dinner from verified stock. Seal by seal, you rebuild yacht trust with an insulated fish box and a printed cold trace. The airport inspection room teaches you where seizure risk begins. Approved lanes take your sealed tins around the risky border desk. Your buyers flag exotic products before the Monaco ally promises a miracle by phone. Seafood crates wait under fluorescent inspection light. You purge the counterfeit Grand Cru bottle from cellar service, while collectors stand outside the tasting room. Under a UV bottle lamp, your specialist turns suspect labels until the paper fibers betray the fake. Cork examination comes before collector dinners resume. A cellar clerk brings the Grand Cru label to you, and you compare the bottle against trusted cellar records. For capsule inspection, you make each rare bottle photographed before a driver touches the case. Fill level checks calm insurers one bottle at a time. Your new cellar authentication specialist takes command of each rare bottle crossing the warehouse threshold. Sotheby's wine discipline enters your bottle review when a former auction specialist joins the tasting table. Dust hangs inside the bonded wine warehouse. You fire the chef who sent a phone photo of the private menu. After family office blacklists hit the agency, your director clamps an NDA clipboard onto each candidate interview. Dining room privacy gets harsher agreements, signed outside the service entrance before staff cross the carpet. Guest list secrecy becomes a drill for household chefs under your agency director. Background checks come before estate placements. Trial dinner fees buy one last test before a chef meets the principal. Your Monaco ally logs each emergency call onto the yacht provisioning manifest while you stand over the radio. Airport cold room boards take his head knowledge out of his pockets and put dispatch times where drivers can read them. Empty root hooks sway inside the FBO catering truck before dawn loading. Flowers join yacht provisioning orders, with your port crew carrying chilled stems past the marina guard. Linens ride in sealed trunks beside the port delivery crates. Tobacco requests enter your concierge sourcing book under the steward's initials. Specialty water fills the aviation client racks. Chef equipment gets bought for foreign port emergencies, from induction burners to spare knives packed in foam. Grower champagne reaches captains abroad after your wine desk clears the bonded warehouse release. Iranian-style caviar goes out through legal substitutes, and your grater stamps the tin only after tasting. Kosher wagyu lands for foreign port dinners with the rabbi's seal intact. A mother-of-pearl spoon gleams beside a closed tin. Saffron enters your rare ingredient catalog in locked glass jars, and chefs begin asking for the red threads by origin. You fold foie gras into hotel purchasing programs, and the banquet chef takes the first sealed tray from your buyer. A private chef director uncorks premium olive oil beside you, then marks the estate kitchens that get the first cases. Your mushroom broker carries rare mushrooms through the back door, away from chefs who still buy from strangers. Palace cooks receive live shellfish in chilled tanks while you stand by the service entrance with the household steward. The tuna buyer slides bluefin cuts toward the sushi master, and you approve the belly pieces for tonight's menu. Riviera Hotel kitchens take your luxury seafood under striped awnings, with your driver checking each insulated fish box before the lunch rush. You grade Osetra tins under the house standard, while the master caviar grader taps the lid with a spoon. The open tin catches your face in the cold room, roe beads shining under the caviar key. Kaluga hybrid lots leave your packing bench with traceable lot numbers, stamped by the grader, before the tins enter hotel service. Sevruga-style tins go one way, hotel buffet grade goes another, and you close the wrong cooler yourself. Graders argue bead size over a tasting spoon, while you point the borderline tin back to the cold shelf. With the Royal Suite chef beside you, the salt standard gets reset after one grainy spoonful. You reject tired tuber magnatum at the airport cold room before perfumed fakes reach a single dining room. Advance envelopes reach the truffle hunters early, and your Monaco fixer phones the rival broker from the parking lot. Before dawn in Alba, your handler clips the truffle dog's lead and sends it toward the wet trees. The Alba market scale dips under the first white truffles as you stand among the buyers. Empty wicker truffle baskets lean against damp stone. After bad weather hardens Perigord soil, you buy the few scarce truffles left from hunters with muddy boots. Your origin notes tell chefs the season failed, the aroma is lighter, and the honest portion will be smaller. Couriers carry truffle boxes towards chalet kitchens through Geneva Airport, while you phone the chef before the guests arrive. Each truffle gets handling instructions on the label. Then your cold room clerk seals the box for same-day flights. You certify the A5 Wagyu certificate beside the omakase chef before the beef reaches the counter. Australian Wagyu lands for private grills, and your butcher opens the chilled carton in front of the estate chef. Your butcher portions American Wagyu to each chef specification, from Palm Beach grill nights to Aspen compound dinners. Beef hangs inside the dry aging room while you check the humidity gauge with the head butcher. The Himalayan salt wall glows behind hanging beef. A ribeye hits the cutting board, and you measure the estate chef's thickness with 2 fingers. Private beef programs begin when primal cuts cross your butcher's table, and the chef names the household's preferred trim. Dockhands lower the langoustine crate into yacht cold storage while you press the captain for the exact dinner hour. King crab fills the Riviera service cart, and your seafood chief keeps the legs packed in ice. Night market routes carry turbot under your buyer's stamp before hotel breakfast crews arrive. Scallops get cut for same evening kitchens while you stand beside the fish cutter's steel table. Sea urchin reaches sushi counters in shallow trays, with your driver waiting for the chef's nod. Beside the tuna belly knife, your buyer judges the fat line before collector dinners begin upstairs. One Otoro block rests on chilled steel. Estate managers meet you in a private kitchen, and your agency director places a chef who can live inside the household without noise. Your agency assigns traveling yacht chefs from the marina office, while captains ask who can board by sunset. Clean food reaches the principal's tray under your chef's quiet nod. Comfort food goes to the children first, carried by your household chef in plain bowls. A tasting menu for 30 guests is laid under silver cloches, while you test the final course with the chef director. Practice galleys shrink around your trainees as you make each chef plate dinner without bumping the steward. Gulf halal kitchens train under your compliance head, with separate knives laid out before your visiting palace chef. Chef whites hang untouched after service. Beside the family office preference sheet, you capture yacht, jet, and restaurant rules, while the steward spells each allergy twice. No garlic rules enter the principal's file before your chef packs breakfast. You point at shellfish in the children's supper, and the chef repacks the cooler. The cellar humidity gauge steadies beside you as the sommelier pours burgundy at the temperature you demand. Silver needle tea reaches your hand. The private dining room closes around you as the invisible food empire reaches $8 billion. Wine cases roll through the cold room under your hand, while dispatchers call Geneva, Dubai, Aspen, and Singapore before the first vans leave. Your runner passes you with pastry crates beside jet trays. Above the restaurant, you open the hidden table as the sommelier cracks old champagne and diners below keep eating beyond the stairwell. White truffle falls over tangerine while you feed founders, heirs, collectors, and heads of state in silence.